So we got some more news about the Walking Dead Summit or the Rick and Michonne spinoff. And today's video I'll be discussing, the news that came out and just my theories and speculation about this show going forward. So stay tuned. So before we actually get into the video, I'd like to ask you all to like, share, and subscribe. And we are currently at 967 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. This growth is all because of you guys. And we are almost closing in to that 1,000 subscriber goal. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to be part of this journey and to actually close in on that goal. Thank you. So the first thing I actually want to talk about is the new logo and the title for the show. And they actually named it The Walking Dead Rick and Michonne, and the logo is pretty plain, right? It's pretty basic. It just says The Walking Dead Rick and Michonne. And to be honest, I feel as that this is a good marketing tactic on their part, because you got to put two iconic characters in the title to actually get more eyes on this show. But personally, I would have actually preferred The Walking Dead Summit, because if you look at the meaning of summit, it actually means the top point of something or apex. Now, you can see this as the CRM being the apexes of this universe, and Rick going up against the apex, Rick and Michonne going up against them, or like the highest point in this series, like the final bosses are the CRM. So again, it would be fitting, but I could see their choice of choosing Rick and Michonne. Now, this could be a placeholder, and the reason why I'm saying this is because the font and the logo looks a lot like the Daryl spinoff. Like, it just says The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon. The font looks like that. Same thing with this show, right? It just says The Walking Dead Rick and Michonne. This could be a placeholder, and Summit could be the real title for it. Or, this could just be an instance where they just want both of the main characters to be in the title, to have more eyes on it, and, Rick Grimes being back, Michonne being back, they want to push this as much as possible, so it makes sense to have both of them in the title. Now, I do think it's pretty weird that the Daryl spinoff is called Daryl Dixon, and this spinoff is called Rick and Michonne, because Dead City is called Dead City, right? And the font is completely different, and it gives that feel of being in New York, right? With the whole graffiti feel of it, and just the title not being The Walking Dead Negan and Maggie. Instead, they chose The Walking Dead Dead City. So again, this could be a placeholder, like how Daryl Dixon could be a placeholder. Rick and Michonne could be a placeholder, because it just seems so weird that 1 out of 3 spin-offs have a unique title without the characters' names, and then 2 spin-offs have just like a plain just Daryl Dixon and Rick Michonne. This could definitely be a placeholder just to throw everybody off and to create that hype of the real title. Now, with the logo of the show, I would have preferred something more, right? Maybe like some indication that the CRM are the main villains, maybe a logo of the CRM, maybe like, a helicopter or something like that. I know that this is only the title and this could change in the future, but Dead City did it so well. It was like kind of a graffiti feel with like spray paint and, just big bold letters, and it gives that New York feel to it. And again, this could change in the future, and I hope that they do something that indicates that they're in a military type of base and, they're up against the literal military. And the poster that they gave us for San Diego ComicCon last year was perfect, right? I mean, it showed Michonne's katana, it showed the map saying that the new world needs Rick Grimes, with the sunset in the back with CRM helicopters showing, and that tells us everything about the show. And I hope that that's the poster that they use for this show. And how like Dead City did it with like the fallen Statue of Liberty, I hope that that's the poster, but we get it more wider. And now, when do I think we're going to get our first look of this show? And with San Diego Comic-Con being around the corner, specifically July 20th to 23rd, there is a good chance we could see probably a teaser or some sort of picture or a new poster for this show. But when it comes to a full-on trailer for this show, I don't think we're getting it this month, and the reasoning for that is that the Daryl spinoff is actually starting its marketing now, and we got like a few teasers, but we didn't get a full-on trailer for the show. So I think we're gonna get a full-on trailer for the Daryl spinoff, probably another trailer for season 8B of Fear, and probably a teaser for the Rick and Michonne spinoff, and that's because like the shooting has already been done for like a month now. So again, we could either get a picture or some sort of teaser. A full-on trailer is very slim, but it is likely. But you know, on a side note, for San Diego Comic-Con, I think we might get some sort of confirmation about Dead City Season 2, because we know that that's been in production, in pre-production to be specific. But you know, it'd be cool to have a confirmation of some sorts that Dead City is going to have its Season 2, and probably a new character or like a returning character from The Walking Dead joins the cast. And you know, when it comes to the Rick and Michonne spinoff having its Season 2, it's kind of 50-50, right? Like, some sources are saying it's having its Season 2, some other sources are saying it's not having a Season 2, so it's still up in the air. And I think Andrew Lincoln has actually said that it's not having a Season 2. Again, that could be like some sort of cover-up or, you know, just a fake out, but who knows. Now, I do hope that this show does have a Season 2. It's because you can't tell this whole story in 6 episodes, right? You gotta show when Rick makes it to the CRM, how long did he stay there, how many times did he try escaping, and also you gotta show Michonne's journey looking for Rick. And you can't tell that whole story, and also you can't have Rick and Michonne meeting and having their moments together in 6 episodes, right? You need about 2 to 3 seasons to tell that whole story. And of course, with Rick Grimes and Michonne coming back, like, we just got them back, so for them just only having 1 season and then just closing that off, it just doesn't make sense. And with Carol being in Season 2 of the Daryl Dixon spinoff, there is a chance that we could see another character in Season 2 of Rick and Michonne, and the only character that comes into mind is Morgan Jones. The reasoning for that is Morgan's last episode on Fear, and in that last episode he talks on a walkie-talkie and he's trying to get his message across to Rick, and in the end of that, he goes on a journey to actually look for Rick. And I think it's perfect for Morgan to actually show up in Rick and Michonne Season 2. It's because, like, these characters have always had a connection from the very start of The Walking Dead all the way up till Morgan's first episode of Fear, where Rick actually does show up and he convinces him to go back to Alexandria. And of course, Morgan's last episode on Fear, where he goes looking for Rick, and same thing with Michonne, right? Like, she went to go look for Rick and, you know, she found Rick. So it's definitely possible for Morgan to find Rick and to actually aid him in his fight against the CRM. It's either Morgan shows up in Season 2 of Rick and Michonne, or, you know, they're just setting up towards an eventual movie. And, you know, if Rick and Michonne only has a Season 1, I think it's a wasted opportunity. It's because all of these characters are going to look for Rick, and, you know, with this show only having a Season 1, it tells us a lot that maybe Rick dies at the end, which I don't see that happening, or they go back to Alexandria. Now, the timelines don't match up there. It's because Dead City takes place 5 years after the finale of The Walking Dead. Michonne went to look for Rick in Season 10, which is about like 6 years before Dead City, and like it just doesn't match up at all with Daryl being in France and, you know, him looking for Rick. It doesn't make sense for them not having a Season 2 and, you know, having that significant time jump, because again, we don't know when does Rick and Michonne take place. Does it take place a couple of months after Season 10? Does it take place after the finale of The Walking Dead? We don't know, and it just makes sense for them to make a Season 2 of this show. And now, when it comes to the release date of Rick and Michonne, you know, it's hard to say. It's because the Daryl Dixon spinoff doesn't even have a release date yet. We do know that it's in fall, but we don't have a specific date. And if I were to guess, Dead City is going to be ending this month, with potentially Fear Season 8B coming out after that, and then the Daryl spinoff probably coming out around September, October. It makes sense for the Rick and Michonne spinoff to probably come out around February or March of next year. And now all of this will be revealed at San Diego Comic-Con. Like, if Dead City is getting its Season 2, if Rick and Michonne is getting its Season 2, like the release date for like the Daryl Dixon spinoff, the release window for the Rick and Michonne spinoff, we'll find all of that out at San Diego Comic-Con, and that's in a couple of days. So, you know, we don't have to wait that long. But if they don't reveal the release date for the Rick and Michonne spinoff, or even a release window for the Rick and Michonne spinoff, we will probably get it when the Daryl Dixon spinoff is done. And I know that that's pretty far away, but I guess we will have to wait. And with the pattern that they're going with right now, with the Daryl spinoff not even having a date yet, we'll probably not even get a specific date for the Rick and Michonne spinoff, and you know that's kind of disappointing. But you know, let's just see when San Diego Comic-Con happens. And now that's it for today's video. I would like to ask you all to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for the support. I really appreciate it. We're currently at 969 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for the support. I really appreciate it. And new subscribers, welcome to this channel. Thank you for being part of this journey. We are so close to that 1,000 subscriber goal. Subscribe for more Walking Dead content, and let's reach that 1,000 subscriber goal. Thank you.